Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Midwest GameFest. This is a streamed D&D Adventure League. Dished best served cold. We're getting one more person in here, and then we'll be able to do some introductions and get everything started. The best way is so I want to welcome everyone in. Thanks for all of the hosts already and the follows. You're new to D&D. This is Adventure League is like a bunch of modules that all of these players are going through. They take their character from one DM to the other, and there's a full overarching story. This is just a snippet of it. It's about 2 to 4 hours of gameplay. Everyone in here has been playing for a little bit. Their characters are level 5 to level 10. And it's being hosted by Midwest GameFest. I want to say thank you for them. I typed in that one. Sorry for the typo. I want to also kind of shout out to all our sponsors. Tabletop Games and Hobbies has put up a lot of great stuff and has helped out. And also give Midwest Game Fest a follow on Twitch as well. They're hosting us right now, hosting my channel. Give them a follow. They're like 4 or 5 people away from hitting affiliate. Something they want to do by the end of this weekend. Also throughout today and tomorrow, they're going to be streaming a lot more events, not just mine. They're going to be doing some. I think they're streaming an Adventure League Epic as well, and also some painting and some other. There's a raffle that's going on evening, and one thing you can win in that raffle is some of the stuff that I've made. I am normally a vendor here at Midwest Game Fest because of the format. I can kind of do both. I make chainmaille. This dice bag here would be something that you guys could win. It'll be a custom one, the colors that you like. It can hold a whole lot of dice. So please go check that out. The raffle benefits harvesters. They also have another one that is that Meeple-a-thon is doing another one that benefits homeless people in the Northland of Kansas City. So consider doing that too. All right, let's see if we can get Brock in here. He seems to be having some. Thank you. I was about ready to hit that. All right, at least get over to it. Oh, well, welcome Minion, welcome Xenogear, everyone else. Give us a second. We'll try to get him in the voice chat here as well with all the other players, and then we'll go over some introductions. That's my bad.
It's okay, I did it too, to start off with.
Right? I'm like, well, at first I'm like, I typed it in wrong. I was like, okay. And I just type in Midwest Game Fest on search bar. Okay, as he's getting in here, let's go ahead and start introducing yourself as well as the character you play and kind of a little bit of how much of adventure you guys gone on. So we'll start with Jared, played by Lewis.
Hey. So I've been. You want my D&D history?
Yeah, sure. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I don't know. Like I started playing in 4th edition, took a little break, and just came back recent. I don't know, a year or so ago. This is actually my first season playing AL, so.
Oh, cool.
Like season 9 or season 10, so.
Oh yeah, season 10 just came.
Yeah. So, yeah. My character is a paladin. He's a tiefling. He looks like a spectrum. Smoker colored skin, red hair. He floats around on this stream of water. Think like waterbender / Iceman.
Yeah.
You see on his shield and on his tabard and on the clasp around his cloak is the symbol of Eldath, the Paladin of Redemption. He also has a squire that's following him around, and this is just a story reward that has no mechanical purpose. The kid's just gonna stay safe. But yeah, he's a squire and he's floating around. And he's all in blue. Nods and says, "Hello." Well met.
All right, Roland.
Hi everybody, my name's Nathan Anderson. So far for this festival, I've already DM'd a couple events for it. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons solid for about at least 3 years now, then off and on again for about roughly 10 years. Other than that, let's talk about Roland. He is an arcane trickster rogue. He comes from Watersdeep. He is from a noble background, but his family kind of denounced him, and he's kind of living off the land, but still has a kind of a view of just a noble presence on himself, even though he's kind of in shambles right now. And let's see, that is probably about all that I can remember about Roland. More stuff should show up whenever we start talking more about him.
Okay. Yeah. So for those watching at home, Adventure Leaguers and a lot of people that play D&D, we have more than 5 characters that we play. So yes. Sometimes you have to refamiliarize yourself to characters. Caleb.
So Caleb, Caleb is your stereotypical dwarven dwarf. He always has the smell of fire and the forge with him. He's a forge priest, and he has been adventuring for quite some time, going throughout the realms. He started off his first career he was a Marine in the Tether Navy, and had lots of experience doing that. And when he got out, he started doing some adventuring, and has there he is. He's very gruff in appearance. I've been doing D&D for I don't, well since I was in high school, kind of, but I took a hiatus for about 20 years. So just got back into D&D a few years ago.
Okay. So what edition did you play a long time ago?
So AD&D, basic D&D, and I just started getting into 2nd edition when I just kind of didn't have the opportunity to play as much.
Right. Yeah. Understand that. So that kind of leads into, so for me, I played 3.5 for a little while back in the day, and then I kind of took a hiatus. I've been doing playing D&D 5th edition probably about 2.5 years now. Mostly as a player over the last like year. I've been DMing a lot more. Adventure League wise, this I've only been doing DMing that for a little bit. It was something I was like, oh, I'll sign up for, just because I didn't have a booth, and it worked out. I really liked it. I did some test runs, a couple of these. I'm not going completely cold, but there's a little bit of extra, I guess, rules and stuff. But it's not too bad. Brock, would you like to describe your character and your D&D experience?
Yeah, well, Brock is the kind of fellow that will walk into a room and announce that he's here to sacrifice himself for the greater good, and he expects everyone else to do the same. Kind of gets a little agitated when he starts talking about it. He's 3 feet tall and has just pants, no shirt. Carries a warhammer and a shield, and is the buffest little gnome you've ever seen. And his eyes are red, and he just looks a little crazed. As far as my experience, I started playing when I was a kid, which is a very long time ago, 2E, and have been playing here and there ever since. I really started playing a lot, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. And I play in a regular game on Wednesdays, but Adventure League wise, like I play kind of when I can, around work and family and things. So I haven't played this character in probably a year, but I always enjoy it.
Okay. Brock, if you could, on the Discord server text, there's a link to put your D&D character. If you have a character on D&D Beyond, to put them inside that campaign. Okay, that's. It's just for like an overlay. So going to Azabar. Describe your character.
All right. So Azabar is a human of noble descent. He's a sorcerer, level 5, so he's the baby of this group. He's used to the finer things in life, but is bored with the noble life, doesn't like the responsibilities that come with it, so he's off seeking fame and fortune and adventure. Even though he's off seeking adventure, he still likes the finer things and is very particular about enjoying music. Has a habit of pulling out his bagpipe or lute at the most inappropriate time and playing music to the annoyance of the party and anyone around him often. As for me, I played a little bit of D&D in high school. It was so long ago I couldn't tell you what versions. Dale got me back into playing, about 6 months ago, and just recently got me into DMing a session with his wife, daughter, and my wife, and I'm thoroughly enjoying that. We'll actually get together later this afternoon and in person have our own session. So that's all I have.
I'm actually in the same boat. After we get done with this, I'm getting in the car and I'm actually going to be as a player. We have a group of friends. We have like 10 people. We split it into 2 groups where I DM one group and then play in the other group. Then the person who's made the campaign.
Yeah, Dale will be the DM tonight. I get to play tonight.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it's really fun that way. Because so yeah, my character in that one, I don't have to metagame at all. I just act dumb.
Yeah, tonight will be the rogue dwarf that's a tank, because that's the option we got. So it'll be fun.
Brock, you should have access to edit your character sheet on Roll20. There should be a place where you can like upload a picture that kind of, you actually just take that and drag it over to the game.
Thank you.
Right, so it started with a dish best served. You guys are currently find yourself inside the city of Stagwick, which is in the very northern area. For the night, you guys were all staying at an inn there. Besides the Weary Giant Inn. And the day, you guys all kind of wake up, and as you're milling about getting breakfast, pretty much almost have the inn to yourself right now. Not huge. Five of you. See on the table there is a letter with an
Caleb will saunter up, not so quietly, and will grab the envelope and attempt to read it.
attempt to read it. Okay.
Nice.
Well, you pick up this letter here. And depending on how much you're
My intelligence is sufficient for this.
okay, yes. It's in common. Would you mind reading it to the rest of your party?
Oh, all right, yes. Tells of your prowess precede you. You are the only folk in the region with a chance of stopping an act of war and saving a mother's son. I beg you, meet me at the edge of the Ice Spires, due west of Castle Hartwick. Come prepared to travel for at least 10 days, and bring warm clothes. There is gold in it for you. Show this letter to none. Scoutmaster, one burden.
Okay, seems like you guys have been summoned by the Scoutmaster, Warden. You guys know of him. He is part of a scouting group and this region, Frontiers. It sounds urgent.
Come, friends, we have business. There's little to say.
Is there a place in town to buy these winter
Yes,
jackets and
yes,
coats?
absolutely. There is a small store that sells clothing. Across the street from it is also a place to buy other adventuring.
How much are these? How much is this? I assume you mainly harvested our fur coat.
Oh yes. You go over to and there's like a dwarf there. I'm kind of setting up his shop for them. Oh, welcome. I'm just setting up. There's something you need.
Hello, my friend. We need some warm clothing and some dry ration.
Oh, well, I don't have any rations here, but this is the best place for clothes. I've got these very thick coats here, great for cold weather, and it does get cold at night way up here. They are 4 gold pieces each.
Do you have any small ones?
I can cut one in half for you, yes.
So, Asbar begins to sort through the coats, looking for the finest option.
They come in black and very, very dark gray.
Roland's going to be looking at the material, kind of putting his finger and thumb between it.
Okay.
And it's kind of criticize it quite a little bit. Just like, I don't know how I feel about this material. Typically, 5 gold for this kind of stuff in Waters Deep is a little bit less. Is there by chance that I can convince you otherwise to probably discount this cost?
Well, I'll give you this. It was only 4. So, how's that for a price?
was thinking 3, but
go ahead and roll up persuasion check on him.
I got a 19, so 22.
You know what? I don't really get much customers, so 3 gold is fine enough for all of you, all 5 of you. Yeah. That's
I didn't make
Good
this
thing.
deal with the rest of the party, but I'm glad that you're so generous.
oh, it's no problem at all. I'm actually happy to have customers. I don't get many.
Yeah, Roland's definitely really happy because any deal that he can get definitely is worth it.
Does he look like he's like in dire straits as a merchant?
He looks like the clothing that he's trying to sell has not moved, there very much. There's not everyone that's already here already has warm clothing. So yeah, he doesn't sell a whole lot of stuff unless someone rips something.
Well, I'll pay him the full gold then.
Okay.
As Asbar
Like-
throws 3 gold at him and grabs the finest of the coats, begins to rummage around looking for a fashionable hat.
Okay, so on the back wall of his stall, you do see some fine looking hats. There's some berets and there's one leather looking top hat that's a little dark brown and other than that there is some a lot of knitted headpieces, stuff like other stuff.
Asbar points to the leather top hat and asks, "How much?"
Oh, what that? Oh, jeez, that's my last one. I guess two gold for that one. It was my grandfather's.
Asbar throws 2 gold at him, dons the hat.
Well, that looks very good on you.
Caleb will slam three gold coins onto the counter and grab the furs.
Brock will pay 4 and thank him for his sacrifice.
Oh, you are too kind. Too kind.
It's true.
Okay. And with that, are you guys wanting to go over to the other shop, or are you wanting to head out?
We need rations, right? Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So across the way is the place where you're gonna find potions, rations. Go across, and you see another dwarf. Looks actually very similar to the other one. You almost do like a double take. Like, what? Wasn't he just over there? Welcome to my shop. Something I could help you with.
Is that your brother across the street?
Ah, yes, it is. And he waves, and the other guy he's waving for joy, like they're great customers. Like,
I'm gonna
oh,
point to the father's hat that just got sold, and it's like, hey, what do you think of this hat that you just your brother just sold? It's quite nice. It looks quite well.
yes.
Fella, what do you think?
Honestly, you look like a taller version of my grandfather.
Asbar nods approvingly.
What brings you in here today?
We need some supplies.
Oh, traveling, are you?
No, we're actually gonna have a festival. Yes, of course. We're gonna be doing some traveling.
Oh, yes. Well, I've got some potions of healing if you'd like. I also have some rations and wood. I also have very nice canvas tent. If you that.
How much for 15 days worth of rations?
15 days. Let's see. Carry the one. Yeah. It looks like it's going to bring you up to about 24 gold
That is for everyone.
for 15 days. Yeah.
So everyone 25 for everyone, or 25 like total?
Oh, 24 per person. Rations up here are very hard to come by.
And how much is the tent?
Oh, that's 250 gold.
How large is this tent?
Oh, it fits 6 to 8 people. 6 very comfortably. You can stand up in it. So you kind of look over it. It's rolled up. It's rather large. It's canvas with some very large wooden poles. And if from what you can tell, when you set it up, it's going to be like a walled tent. So yeah, pretty large.
Asbar looks at it and just kind of turns his nose up and goes, 250? Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a very very well crafted tent.
Asbar's going to attempt to persuade him that how about 200? We'll
right.
give you 200 gold.
Roll a
I wanna
persuasion.
assist with this a little bit too.
Okay.
And,
All right. You guys are rolling real nice. That's a nat 20.
Nice.
200. How about 220 gold?
How about 100, and I write you a letter of writ from my family down in Waterdeep that will surely pay you the extra 100.
Well, I don't think I'm ever going to be in Waterdeep. Long ways away.
Well, you just have to mail it off and send the money your way.
Oh, like a carrier pigeon or something. Yes, I think that would do just fine. So he kind of picks up the tent and puts it on end. And he's a dwarf. He's about 4 foot tall, and the poles are like 6 feet tall. They are much larger. Go ahead.
Is this? Can one person carry this, or does it do it to split up between like the whole party to carry this tent?
One person could carry it. If you pick it up and you feel that it's probably about 75 pounds. If you want to, you can split it between 2 people, one carrying the canvas and one carrying the poles.
How easy is it to put together?
You can carry part of it.
So he kind of shows you how to put it together, and it goes up pretty easily. There's stakes that comes with it. It's 3 poles down the middle and 6 poles and 6 smaller poles on the side. And they just go through some grommets and stuff in it. And it is easily large enough. On the sides of the tent, the wall sides is 4 feet tall, and in the middle it's 7 feet or 8 feet tall.
I'll carry part.
So are we paying for this tent, or is our noble friend's family footing the bill?
We pay 100 and he pays the extra
Yeah,
100.
I'm writing a letter of writ to my family, but they're probably not going to pay.
He doesn't know that.
Yeah, you guys don't know that.
and surely the dwarf doesn't. He believes everything you say from.
Asbar has a smooth tongue.
Yes.
Well, as long as my character doesn't know, that doesn't matter. But if he knows that, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
So it's 40 gold each, more or less, for the tent and the rations.
Yeah.
I think that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
How does his business look?
He looks like he's doing fine. Between the 2 brothers, this guy seems to be making a killing, just selling all of the stuff for all of the adventures that come through. Whereas the other one, he's over there mending a shirt right now from one of the locals. But other than that, he doesn't have a whole lot to do. They also don't seem to be sharing the wealth between the family.
Asgard leans back in the corner and pulls out his lute and just begins to play a song while watching everybody else divide up the tent and figure out how they're going to carry stuff.
Well, come on then.
All right. That you guys are ready to head towards the edge of the Ice Spire.
Let's get it going.
It's a good day to die.
I need to rent a room at the inn for my squire.
Okay. he's
Because
not.
he's prob- yeah.
He's not going, huh?
Your
It is
squire
my
is not
job-
a.
So
It's my job to make sure that the other people die, not that we die.
My squire's a boy. We had to ask his brother to sacrifice part of his soul, and this is the price.
Oh. So when you guys first entered the city, I would say that you've already arranged for him to stay at that inn that you guys were at previously. So
Alright.
we don't need to go back and talk to that innkeeper again.
Okay. Don't get anyone in trouble.
So as you guys head out of Stagwick, it is bitterly cold. You feel the wind tearing at your face, howling in the cold defiance of autumn. Before you, snow-blasted mountain rise high into the gray sky. Dusting of flakes that fell last night covers the ground against the mountainous backdrop. The Ice Spires stands a hulking figure, red hair, a shaggy beard that is whipping wildly in the wind. Womborden raise a hand, signal hello to you.
Hi, who are you?
As you guys near him, you can see that the wind doesn't is preventing from your voice from carrying. And you can see him yelling at you too. As you get closer, you hear him repeat those words. Thank you for joining us. He glances to each side, looking for someone, yet no one is there. See the unkempt furbog whistle long and loud 3 times.
Is he speaking
What
common?
did I?
Yeah, he is speaking common. As he's whistling, and you can hear that carrying on the wind, you hear a tremendous boom. Distant.
Is that a giant?
Rock and snow tumble down the spire, signaling the approach of something massive. Boom holds up his hands, indicating there is no need to be alarmed. Yet it gets louder. Boom, boom, boom. More rumbles. An enormous woman comes into view. The height of it, is nearly 4 times the height of it. Blue skin covers her corded musk. Stiff braids hold her hair still in the wind. There can be no doubt that you are in the midst of a frost giant.
Dun, dun, dun.
Boom
Does he look
nods
friendly?
to the woman, turns back to you. Meet Skova, her first. You're going to save her son. Skova
So
third.
you're not able to save your own son? That's a little shocking, seeing as you got a gigantic frost axe and you're super tall compared to the rest of us. This is interesting.
He looks to you guys. Does anyone speak giant?
No, but I have a staff of charming, so I will do command. Not command. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Comprehend language.
Okay. For everyone else, her common is rather broken, but for you, she every once in a while she says something in giant, but it makes a little bit more sense to you.
Okay.
Before you get too far, I did Parnest Under Siege, and one of the story things was giant Hordebreaker. Giants hate me, but that might just be for Parnest.
We'll say that's just for Parnest, but it might come into play with something else. Thank you, though. And Skova, she looks at you guys. 3 days ago, my son Burley, we were hunting in the Ice Spires. That is part of Gorlek Vatar's territory. That is my clan. Border the Ice Spires and the Cold Wood. I was out hunting, and I came back to a massacre. It was terrible, and Burley was nowhere to be found. I fear that he has been kidnapped. I don't want to raise alarm and go in a fight. The Jarl of Gorvek Vatar will surely bring death to everyone, and that will break the peace treaty that we've had for so long. I am not ready to. I put the desire for peace above my son's life. But in 2 days' time, my patience will run out.
I don't believe she can. She understand common?
You can try. Hey, Minton. So I would say yes, she does. At least somewhat to an extent. But you can definitely try.
So, the Jarl, they're human, right? I assume.
No. So this she's talking of the Jarl of Gorg Vatar, who is an ice giant
Okay.
group in this area.
So it's a feud between two different giant tribes.
No, she is part of that group.
Right. So why would he kidnap a son?
No, she is part of that clan. He is not the one who kid.
Right.
So we'll ask her if she. I'll ask her. Asbar asks her who does she suspect kidnapped her son?
Oh, I am sure it is the Blood Riders.
And
They are a group of humans that hunt all of us frost giants. If they think we are uncivilized.
Asbar looks a little confused and asks, "If they're hunting you, then why is there a peace treaty?"
Well, there's been a peace treaty for a long time. This is an act of treason. I feel that they are wanting to instigate war. I will not fall into their trap. But my patience wanes, and that's why I called the aid of you. I need you to bring my son back, unharmed.
So Asbar turns back to the party and shrugs, like, "What do you want to do?"
So do we assume that these Blood Riders, like a fringe group within the human, whoever the town is, like, are they just like people that are crazy, like just go around hunting giants without authorization?
I have seen war. I do not wish war upon the common people. Let us go save this creature so that war might be avoided.
Thank you. My first instinct was to chase after my son, and I paused. I paused for a bit. Start with an inspiration.
Yeah, do we start with him? Okay.
I mean, this is historical, right? So season 9 rules.
Yes.
So we start with an item from the table that's worth 100 gold.
Yeah. Okay.
Which people use the potion of healing because that's about the only thing that's really useful.
Okay, cool. I just thought I'd ask, so I know.
And you can see the relief in the frost giant's face. And she turns around and kind of like she was kind of holding it together, and she starts breaking down and kind of crying in relief. Womb burden kind of ushers you away from her. I know this might be tough, but the Blood Riders, they're an order of giant-hating, self-appointed border guards that operate just outside of the Jarl's reach in the Cold War. We are pretty certain that those are the people that took Burleigh. In fact, that is what she believes. The king of the region does not approve. Sorry, what?
Do you have any proof of this, or is it just a feeling?
Well, as of right now, it's just a feeling. Hopefully, you can find some evidence that's incriminating. That way, we can take it to the king, King Hartwick. He doesn't approve of the Blood Riders at all. But any violence that the giants do would definitely break the truce, just as Skova had thought as well. But please, bring Burleigh back alive. I fear that if he is killed or is found dead, there's going to be no way to contain her anger.
So Aspar is going to ask where this camp is.
Oh, yes. It is a little ways away. We'll have to do some traveling to get there, but I can show you. I can take you at least to that camp. I am a frontier scout. I'm not equipped to do a whole lot of fighting. But I do know the way through the Ice Spires. It is very dangerous. But it is also it's a lot more quickly than going around the spires. If you want, we can go around. Or we can go through the Ice Spires. That is up to you.
Quicker is better, and mountains do not scare me.
Same.
Aspar just chuckles. Let's go over.
Very well. Does anyone have favorite terrain? Any rangers in the group?
Nope.
Arctic or mountain favored terrain?
I'm cleric.
Yes. I don't think we have any rangers.
I don't think there's a ranger in this group.
Mm-mm.
What are those? What are those? Okay. And he kind of nods like, well, good. Time is of the essence, as you can tell. We only have 2 days, and this will cut down quite a bit of time. In fact, if you risk dare, we can travel at a faster pace. It may be more tiresome and more wearisome on the body, but I feel like it might be necessary in this situation.
All right, let's go.
Would you guys like to travel at kind of a normal pace through the middle, or have one put it into high gear and at a fast pace? With a fast pace, you guys are probably going to be able to make it within a day and a half. So you'll still have enough time to do a full rest once you get on the other side of the spires before that your clock is up. Travel at a normal pace, you're only going to have about like 10 to 12 hours left, meaning that you won't have enough time to do a rest.
Let's go double speed.
I'm a Marine. We can do it.
Do it. Okay. As you guys are heading out up the mountain, through like a small kind of valley inside the peaks of the mountain, I need everyone to do a Constitution saving.
So, question before we do this. So we've got the paladin. Everybody within 15 feet has a +4. Is that going to?
Yes, that you will be able to use that in this.
It's 10 feet, but yeah.
Huddle together.
So is it a 1D or is it just a
No,
solid
it's
+4?
a straight +4.
So that makes mine a 20. All right, cool.
19.
I don't know why it rolled twice.
You have it probably set up to roll with. Looks like
Roll with-
disadvantage.
So
The first one is 23, and that's the one. 19 +4 and an 8+.
Mine's already in there. So
Roland rolled a 12.
I rolled a 12, so with your bonuses, that'll bring you up to a 16.
I do believe so.
Okay. As you guys are traveling, it is indeed extremely frigid, cold. As you get to the top of the peak, you guys are hit with a blast of air that is sweeping over the mountain. Everyone using your cold weather gear that you have brought with you is able to stay warm, except for Dorad here.
I am resistant to cold. Does that
Dorad
make a
is?
difference?
Okay,
Dorad is.
that's good. Why don't you?
Wow, that's worse. It's a 7.
Well,
But you get to add
He's
the
usually.
so with the +4, the 8 +4
No,
wasn't.
it's already in.
Yeah.
Plus 4
Oh,
baked
that
into my
plus
sheet.
6.
Yeah.
So, with that, Durand, even though it seems like you're the most boastful, like, oh, I'm resistant to this, but yet you are the one who suffers 1 point of exhaustion.
Nah, it's all good.
He actually saw me shiver, so he gave me his coat, and it's like, I can handle it.
He's like, I got this. I got this. Turns out you don't.
And then complained about being cold the whole time.
And you can see him over there, lips are turning blue, and just, like, sucking it up. Like,
So he's my teenage son in the winter who does not need a coat.
Right.
I know that all too well. So you guys make it to over the crest, and down into kind of a clearing. You guys come upon abandoned camp that it looks like there's been a terrible fight. Walking into the camp, and see that this is probably that of that where giants. You suddenly understand how mice must feel. Charred tree chunks covered in snow sit at the center of the camp. The remains of skovas and campfire. Next to an enormous snowdrift, a single tent pole, the size of an entire oak tree, up a half-torn tent camp. Despite the size of this enormous, the bodies are easy to be found. The 2 corpses and ring mail, each cleaved in half by some sort of enormous blade. That are lying next to the fire pit. A decapitated horse also lies on the other side. Its rear end sitting up in the snow, yet starting to be covered with frost. As you get closer, the corpses are frosted and are frozen solid. Leading west out of the camp, the tree line of the cold wood, and an easily followed swath of destruction that is probably about 25 feet of where everything has been torn down. All of the shrubberies. Even with a fresh coat of snow, tell that there was a large person was dragged through out of the camp and into the forest.
How recent was this?
So go ahead and do an investigation check.
Oh, that's going to be good. So first number.
Okay. You can tell that this, from the fact that everyone is still kind of not completely covered in snow, it's happened within the last week or so, week and a half maybe. There are some. Go ahead. Sorry.
So it does not look like the danger is imminent.
No, it looks rather abandoned right now. Everything is starting to get covered up in snow again.
Okay.
And you guys can do a perception check if there's anything in the woods or anything like that.
7.
There are trees, Caleb.
There are trees.
Everyone else, you can see the bodies that are laying on the floor. of this campsite, the tent. I'll peer into the trees, looking for any movement, any eyes looking at you, and nothing looks back at you.
I want to use the call on Morden to give me guidance and see if I could follow the tracks.
Okay. So you can see kind of some things like shimmer in the snow. And you kind of follow this shimmering, and you come up to lots of horse hoof tracks in the snow that are heading westward out of this area into that forest that is out that way.
Come, let us go this way.
I'll follow.
Asbar follows.
Is everyone following?
Old.
Yep, Roland's also following too.
Okay.
Yep.
As you guys are exiting the camp, you do see a very large hand axe. To you guys, it doesn't even look like a hand axe. It looks like something that anyone in this group cannot wield. Or it is about 10 feet long and has, even though it looks like a hand axe, it looks like it also could be a pole arm to you. But the bearded blade on it is humongous.
Looks like the beasts went this way.
Let's follow.
Okay. So you follow that the tracks for a long ways. And eventually it kind of opens up into an area that you can hear some bubbling. You can hear it's kind of a pleasant bubbling, maybe like, and you come up and you find that there's a stream that is actually, it's more than a stream. It's a river that is weird in color. It's dark, very dark color, but it's also like emanating this glittering effect that's coming off of it. The tracks you see kind of come to an end, stops. There's some movement around here, and then it goes south of the river a little bit. But it looks like this is an area that they might have, whoever was dragging this person had a hard time crossing. And for this battle map, you guys are in the bottom left-hand corner.
Caleb will approach the river.
Okay, and what would you like to do?
Just get closer to the river.
Very well. As you approach the river, do a perception check, please.
Caleb is particularly perceptive.
Wow.
With 7 and sees nothing.
Yeah, there is water in front of you. Brock, you're going to have to probably open your eyes first, and then you might see some.
Sarah's gonna fly up
Okay.
to have a look.
Okay.
Can I see like just from like a more aerial view.
Yeah, so from your view, you can see that there are tracks on the other side of this river. The river is looks rather shallow, although kind of eerie in color. And to the far south, and everyone else that rolled above a 10 can see that there is a body floating in the water. It looks like it's caught on some rocks that is not floating down any further, but it's about 15 feet to the southeast.
Like a human-sized body, or like a
Yeah, it's
giant
definitely
body.
yeah, it's a human size. It's not a giant.
If I kind of just hover over there, have a look at it. Is it caught in something? Is that why it's like just stuck
Yeah,
on a rock?
it's kind of floating on. It's stuck on a rock. If you'd like to examine the body, it's kind of in the water right now. You guys would probably, if you want to examine the body, you'd have to pull it out of the water.
Well, I'll go back and say there appears to be a body here.
Can we pull it out without getting in the water?
So it's like 2 feet in. So you guys would either have to use some sort of pole arm or fashion something. Come up with some. Oh yeah, Team Mage Hand would work.
I mean, can I just fly on the other side of it and push it in with a quarterstaff?
Yes, that would probably work.
I am not seeing my token on this map.
You can drag it on.
You can,
Well,
yeah.
I don't. So I go drag it from the character sheet. Ah, okay, good enough. Thanks.
Who else are we missing? Raw.
Yeah, mine's also.
So, can I use a spell to? I've got control water. To control any freestanding water inside an area you choose that is a cube up to 100 feet on a side.
Okay, yeah, you would be able to kind of divide the water enough to make the body not be in the water, and then you guys can kind of, as a team, push and pull it out.
Well, I want to kind of part the water. It's the 4th level speed.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're gonna part all the way across.
Yeah.
Okay. And how far was that? How much? That.
It's 100 feet.
Yeah, you'll be able to easily move all of this water out of the way.
The range is 300 feet. The up to 100 feet on a side.
Okay. Yeah, this is maybe 10 feet, so you could completely clear a whole big area.
I just don't want to go through water as cold as I am.
Okay.
When you cross the water, does the body fall to like the floor?
Yeah, it's on the floor, and it's not water logged anymore. All of the water has been taken out of them. Would you like to investigate the body?
I'm going to go to the other side of the. Let's go to the other side of the bank.
Mm-hmm.
While the water is not. While we don't have to wade through water. Take the body with us.
How deep is this river? Like just 10 foot?
Oh yeah, it's only 10 feet deep.
It was 10 feet. Now it's nothing at the moment.
As of right now, it's all dried up.
Do we have to do a check to drag the body up?
Yes. If you're, since it's on the ground now, go ahead and do an athletics check. All assist each other.
I'll help. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using Mage Hand, but only like 2 fingers of the Mage Hand because I didn't want my Mage Hand to get slightly wet. So.
25.
Ooh, Caleb, you're able to hoist this thing almost up by yourself. I've got this.
My Mage Hand is still pretending like it's helping though, so.
It still looks like it's helping, but
it's dead, right? Like it's
right.
not an undead.
Oh yeah, so as you guys bring this ashore, you can see that this is a lifeless body. And on his person, you can see that this is a very young male human, probably about 17 to 19 years.
How long has been dead?
This looks even more recent than the last one. There's no frost on him, but I mean he does look. He's been in the water for a little bit, probably a day or less.
Is he wearing any kind of uniform or insignia?
You see a branding on him, that looks like some sort of rune. It's actually on his arm. It looks like it was infused. And you can see that he has been stabbed in the back, right in the heart. And it's not by, a giant-sized weapon. It looks like it might have been a dagger. You can do a medicine check if you'd like.
How about I do the medicine check?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're all kind of looking at the body. So.
Okay. I'll probably at 28.
Yeah. You can tell that this was he was stabbed directly in the back. It struck the heart, killing him instantly. It was probably done by a dagger, about 4 to 5 inches long. You can also see that the way it was stabbed, it looks like it was thrust in and then cocked to the side, and you can see in the wound that part of the blade is broken off inside, but the rest of the murder weapon is nowhere to be seen. You also see, as you guys are investigating the body, around his neck, an amulet that is made out of gold. It has a couple of small moonstones on either side of an insignia, well, an inscription that says E.T.
E.T.
Extraterrestrial.
E.T. Well, let's keep following the tracks.
Okay.
Is that all we see on the body?
Yes. I mean, you kind of like rummage through. It looks like he's actually been stripped bare. He has an empty scabbard. There's no sword in there. He looks like he was kind of stabbed, flung aside, and then also looted as well.
There's no letters or anything on him.
No, you don't see any letters.
All right.
Right, so you guys are heading northwest, northeast. And as you guys kind of get to where you're at right now, hear cracking of branches, and the two trees that are to the far left of you spring to life.
All right, Roland's gonna jump into the bushes right over here and try to hide.
Yes, there's two tree ants that kind of come up, and they look extremely mad at you guys. What have you done to our forest? You will be avenged. We will avenge the forest.
We just got here.
Would you like to persuade them into saying that it wasn't you?
That would be good, I think.
Okay, you can try a persuasion check.
Well, someone should do it. I mean, okay, so is the forest raised?
So from where you guys had just came from, yeah, this you can tell that this area used to be a lot more grown up, but all of these horse tracks and stuff has demolished a lot of the trees and stuff in the area. It looks like they've been whoever came through here on their horses didn't go in a single file. They were brash and destroying a large areas. The 25 feet wide clearing is recent.
All right. I'll put my hands up to the tree and say, great guardians of the tree of nature. This wasn't us. We had just arrived, and truth be told, we are in pursuit of the miscreants who have perpetrated this affront to nature. Be assured that we will do what we can to make sure that they are properly chastised and punished for their misdeeds.
We saw that you were with those others who are in pursuit. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
A perception?
No, persuasion. Sorry, I can't talk. It's still. I need more coffee.
They said they saw us with them. Okay.
They said they saw a group come through, and as of right now, they think you guys are still that other group.
All right. So, as a bonus action, I'm gonna channel Eldat and Divinity, and magical water is gonna come through my tongue, and my words will be super honeyed, and for the next 10 minutes, my persuasion will add a +5 to that.
Very well.
Since I'm rolling with disadvantage. That's a 25.
Very good. The tree ants kind of bring their arm branches down a little bit. Sorry for the confusion. There were several riders on black horses that came through with someone in tow. We thought you were going to continue to destroy the forest. But we have been mistaken.
It's quite alright, great ones. We understand that it is quite a stressful job to look after these after the woods and forests, especially when people run rampant without care. Could you if it's not too much trouble, could you describe these riders to us? Have you seen them before?
They have been in this area before. Many of them ride black horses clad in armor. There is one that is female that just came through. And she had an argument with someone just right here under me not 2 days ago. They were arguing. The man was hesitant and not liking the actions of the lady. They point so the tree kind of points to a part where he used to be sitting, even though he's kind of moved up and out of the way. Under there, dig to find the dagger. That is what she used to kill the man in the river.
So Caleb will go over and try to dig and find.
Okay. So you kind of go over kind of where he was looking. There is an area that the snow has been kind of removed and it's not as thick under the tree. So there's some fresh dirt there. Kind of unearth the hilt of a dagger that has on the very base, the pommel of it, the like an insignia etched in. Looks like a family crest or something like that.
Okay, I will retrieve the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Thank you, great ones."
My pleasure. That is the way they went, and he points towards northeast. There is a baby frost giant in tow with. Stay safe, young ones. And he kind of turns around and heads back to his like rooted nesting spot.
All right. As they're leaving, I'm gonna say, "Lucky guys, they're all bark, no bite." Yeah.
No.
So Caleb is going to start continuing on.
Okay.
So we dug up the dagger.
Yes, you guys dug
Yes.
up a dagger and took it with.
Alrighty.
When you, do you guys still have that dead body in tow, or did you just leave it by the side of the room?
I think I would have pulled it and put it in like a repose, like a. I would had laid it and stayed under like a tree or something.
Okay. All right, so you travel a little bit further up north. Again, a very large group of trees have still been cut down and stuff. And eventually you get to a part that it kind of clears up for a bit, like the end, like, but you're still inside these wooded areas. And it then in front of you, you start picking up some smells, of a fire, probably a campsite. And to the north of you,
So
a very large. As you get closer and closer, you can see a very large camp that has been established, and you guys are approaching from the south, so the very bottom of the map.
So I would like to use another 4th level spell slot.
Yeah.
And actually, yeah, another 4th level spell slot and cast Aid on who has the least number of hit points. So Azabar. Who else?
Yeah, I think it's Azabal.
Well, I need 2
Oh,
others.
you need 2. Azabar, what's yours? And then everyone else can just list them off.
AC is 15.
No, hit points.
Oh, it is 42.
Mine's 39.
Mine's 105.
So I'm gonna cast Aid on Azabar. Who was it that said you had 32?
Roland's.
Roland's and myself, I guess. Or no, yeah,
So you can target 2 or 3 people.
3 people.
Okay, so Azabar, Roland's, and yourself.
Yep, and each of us gain 15 hit points for the next 8 hours. The maximum hit points increases by 15, and you get healed that much.
Okay, so as you approach this area, you can see that this path of destruction opens a huge clear. You get an odd mixture of manure, meat, and burning wood creeps into your nose. Yeah, before you there are a dozen men and women that are armed, teeth, walking around this camp with equally armored black horses that are armor clad as well. You see a couple of them near the back. You can see that there are people in the back of the camp sparring. There's some cooking, and others are caring for horses. There are no stables here, but they are kind of like tied up to trees and parts of their tents and stuff. In the distance, 20 feet behind the tents, you see a very large 20-foot cage that has been fashioned out of thick logs. See inside there is a bloodied and beaten, gagged frost giant. You can see that he is also filled with rage and wanting out of this. Feel the earth tremble as he rocks the cage. As you approach, you see near the center of the camp, there is a woman that is in an argument with a man that kind of looks like probably the leader is a larger helmet on. The leader of this camp only has one arm and looks like he has some sort of patchwork thing over one of his eyes. And at this distance, you can't hear what they're arguing about, but you can see that that they're at odds.
And right now, are we about 120 feet from?
Yeah, you guys are within sight distance, but you're not in like they don't really notice you yet, so you guys can approach it any number of ways you guys come up with as of right now.
So question for the party: do we want to go straight up the middle, not be subtle at all, or do we want to try, probably unsuccessfully, to attack them by surprise, or do we want to try and negotiate?
I mean, can we have can we mage hand and unlock the cage, and then we can have, because he want the frost giant, it would be helpful to just have him out, and then we could just run. Like we're just here to rescue him, right? Like we don't actually.
Yeah,
have to fight them.
you would be able to use mage hand if you have thieves tools. You'd be able to use that to unlock the cage.
Well, mainly because we have an arcane trickster, right? And they can do that. So
That's true.
Yeah.
and their mage hand is invisible.
Do we know that if this giant does speak common at all?
From what you kind of gathered from his mother, or presumed mother, but yes, it is Burleigh. You can assume that he does speak common. It might be just as broken as his mother.
Okay, I want to cast message and send him just a message to just kind of tell him to calm down. We're here to rescue you, but don't make too much noise.
Let's leave him out of the combat, because we want him to make sure that he stays alive.
I'm pretty sure him to be causing a distraction while I'm trying to like break him out of the cage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just for him to stay calm and don't rattle the cage too much.
Right.
Like, we should maybe just approach it from behind. Like, is there where we can skirt this whole camp and come in?
Yeah, absolutely. You can circle around the outside and approach it from the back side.
Like that way, if we have to, we can just get him out and just do a running battle away.
Yeah, you guys are not limited to the size of this map. You can move off map, as it were, and circle around. The trees on either side of this camp go on for a while. They've really only cleared up this front spot, and it is Old Woods is very dense, so you guys would be able to, with some stealth checks, probably be able to hide pretty well.
Yeah, stealth is not Caleb's strong suit.
Mine either.
He's wearing plate mail. It's about a stealth. Yeah, no.
I think we'll be fine.
Okay. Caleb's all in favor of just going straight up the middle.
Yeah, Asbar wants to try and charm this closest Blood Rider. At least give it an attempt.
Okay.
But you might want to wait. You might want to wait until we actually start combat.
Yeah, just
okay.
Announcing my intention.
So are we just so before we get started, does anyone need to take bathroom break?
So
no.
I will say another thing. Okay. So Caleb will also cast a second level spell aid, so that those who have So he's gonna hit. I think Brock and Darred did not get 8 earlier, so you're gonna get +5, and Caleb will get an additional +5.
So
Yeah.
are we
Thank you.
uh, are we going to just go straight up the middle and not
Sounds
not
like it.
all right, so here is what Darren would like to do then. I would like to, whenever we start, cast Calm Emotions on the captains, the 2 captains in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 20-foot radius, so that should just get those 2, since they're all spread out.
That looks like.
So actually, I do need to take a bathroom break real quick.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. As you guys still plot and everything, we're gonna pause the stream as well, and we'll. Oh, sorry, I forgot that it was push to talk. Yes, we'll take a bathroom break now. As you guys kind of plot everything that you want to do, we're gonna take a pause on stream as well, and we'll be back in probably about 10 minutes or so. So yeah, everyone, go ahead and take a bathroom break. I want to remind everyone on stream that thank you for joining us. Thank you for Midwest Game Fest for putting this on. It's been a whole lot of fun. As always, I've attended this many times. Usually as a vendor, I make dice bags and stuff there. I'm the chainmail guy. I want to point out to please follow Midwest Game Fest and also my channel if you're enjoying what we do here. I do make chainmail on stream, as well as we're going to do a whole lot more D&D. Roll20 is, I'm starting to get very familiar with that. So we'll be able to do a lot of online stuff to carve out some time for that. But yeah, thanks for everyone for hanging out. Make sure you can check out Midwest Game Fest and all those links that are coming up in chat about the raffle, about the Meeple-a-thon, and as well as following Midwest Game Fest and Tabletop Games and Hobbies. And we'll be back. We'll be back in about 9-10 minutes. Stay right there. We'll see how these guys deal with the Blood Rider. All right, welcome back, everyone. We are about ready to see how this party interacts with this Blood Rider. They are they're forced against greater odds. There's a lot of them out. Oh yes, hi. Midwest GameFest. Thank you for putting this on one more time. So please give them a follow, as well as all of our other partners that are listed in chat. And let's get into this. So what have you guys decided to do?
So
Kill them all.
I'm going to. I mean, if we're just gonna go straight in, I'm gonna try to cast calm emotions in the middle on who are assumed the captains. Can I tell that they're captains or?
Yeah. So the two that are in the middle, the one that's a female, and then the other one, you can see the one, she is arguing with the guy, and the guy that has like a little bit of bigger horse, a little bit bigger helmet, a little bit better armor as well, than everyone else. The two of them are pretty evenly matched in. Therefore, he does not have an arm, and also missing.
So as we start going up the middle, as soon as I get within 60 feet, I just cast calm emotions on them.
Okay.
Do
they need to do I need to do a saving throw for them?
It's a 16 charisma save.
Okay.
That's the text, so I just want to make them indifferent towards us. Yeah, it's a 40-foot. It's 20-foot radius, so it'll be 40 feet across. There'll be just the two of them.
Okay. And the horses too. Oh, okay. So as you cast it, the lady that is kind of arguing right now, you can see that as you cast it, she doesn't seem to change her demeanor at all. But the other guy seems to like start nodding his head, and the horse that is next to him also kind of like, you can see like all the muscles kind of relax, and it kind of like starts almost like falling asleep in there. Then as the guy's like nodding, he kind of like, he looks around and he actually does see you guys as you're approaching.
All right, Asbar would like to cast Charm Person on this Blood Rider.
Which one? The one to the. Yeah. Okay.
I was also gonna make them indifferent to the frost giant in the cage. Like, so us and the giant, if they didn't pass, if they failed to save, they would be indifferent to us until we actually attack their friends or them.
Okay.
Yeah. So Charm's got to make he's got to make a Wisdom saving throw, and my DC is 14.
Okay. Okay. From what you can tell, that Blood Rider has not under your control.
Disappointing. Okay.
Yeah.
It's worth a shot.
So the one man that's up there.
Question, real
Yeah.
quick. Since I'm in this +4, does that add to my DC, or is that just on?
That's for saving throw.
Okay.
You see this man kind of brush her aside and come up, in a welcoming manner. He has his sword drawn, but doesn't have it raised during. And he one-armed man in a kind of a calm voice. Who enters this camp? And beside him follows this.
Person.
Beside him follows the other lady, and you can see that she is strikingly beautiful. Yet she also has some burn marks on the side of her like neck and face. as well as she has a bandage that is a left hand.
I want to cast. Caleb wants to cast guidance on Darren. Darren.
Okay.
And it's been, I assume it's been 10 minutes, right, since we ran to the treants?
Yes.
All right. All right, if he asks, say, greetings. We are travelers on behalf of the mother's plea to reunite a distressed mother and her child, who I see you have. They're in the back of your camp. We want no trouble.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
All right.
Don't forget that you can use the D4.
Yep, and you got. Well, you're with advantage right now. Okay.
It's 14. Do you want me to roll again? I rolled like 12 for both, so I can.
Yeah. Well, you're 12. You rolled the exact same.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
with your advantage. You just rolled the exact.
So 14.
He comes to you and you're like, well, yes, do have a frost giant, and that is just what I was talking to my colleague Kathika about. I do not want to battle, and I do not want to harm this frost giant. But I seem to be at an impasse between me and Mike.
Why have you captured this frost giant if you do not wish him harm? Could you merely please just release him and we will be on our way? And
Well, I see. So my friend here, Kathika, she has brought back this, and I see it as a bargaining chip. I see it as a bargaining chip between those that are in the tribe of Gorgvat. I don't want them to attack me. See? But Kathika here, I think she has been trying to persuade me to just kill him off.
why would you do that? Is it not better to live in harmony and accord with each other as you have for the past? I don't know. We get it. It's been like hundreds of years, right? I assume.
Oh, I mean, the Frost Giants and us have been at odds for 45, 50 years. The treaty that is currently in place has only been there for 4 or 5. We go back and forth, back and forth. We have all been harmed by these Frost Giants. These are monsters.
But they wish for peace, as do you, as does the Lord. What is it, Heartkiller?
Yeah, of Hearthok.
Hearthok, as does Lord Hearthok. Why would you have a hand? Why would you deliberately try to destroy this compact that you have with them? It has worked so well.
I feel like peace makes us weak.
He's saying this?
Yes, he is saying.
No, peace does not make you weak. It helps strengthen you, and
Okay, go ahead and do a persuasion check.
While they're talking, is it possible for me to kind of sidestep the conversation
Yeah,
and try to kind of go open to the tree line and kind of make my way around to a near area so I could potentially pick that lock on the cage?
Yes, you can go over that way. If you kind of notice that the rest of the blood camp, all of these riders, they're aware of your presence and stuff, and I've kind of started to gather down this way, kind of reinforcing the ranks and stuff like that, which has also exposed the Frost Giant's cage. No one in front of it.
Okay, 24.
Okay. So as you're pleading towards this captain, you see the blonde lady next to Kathika, kind of looking at him like, war is what we need. We need this type of stuff. And he kind of looks at her, kind of looks back at you, and kind of and points at you as like, this man here is making more sense than you. Kathika, you've always been someone that is out for blood at all times. This bloodlust of yours may be your undoing.
I'm gonna look at.
I agree that they're monsters, but you can't just kidnap children. You need to release them.
There was a child. There was one killed. Somebody killed not too long ago that we found in the river. Who was that?
And Skarn kind of looks over to Kathika and is like, Kathika? Is that our rider that we lost? In the fight? We lost 3 in the fight, did we not? That's what you had said. And she starts, yes, there was 3 lost. Why don't you do a persuasion check? And she is going to be an account for that as well.
Who is that?
Whoever mentioned the dead body
Okay,
in the river.
that would be. This is gonna be good. Okay, first 11.
Okay. And she's like, no, yeah, we had lost 3 people in the fight. While we were trying to abduct the frost giant. They have nothing to prove.
He appeared to have been stabbed in the back with this dagger, and I pull out the dagger.
Okay, roll once more with advantage now.
Roll with advantage?
Yeah, roll persuasion with advantage. Okay.
That one.
And Kathika kind of looks like, well, yes, that's my dagger, but I lost that at the fight. It was broken. I left it there. And he kind of looks at her and believes her over what.
But we have laid his body back at rest by the river. If you send a rider down to look, you will know that he was stabbed and not by a human, not a giant, and not killed by a giant, as would be evident by his wounds.
Here.
No giant would use a dagger.
Oh, and so Kathika kind of looks like, I did not stab one of our own. That was not something I would do. So for the I think it was Darad who made that last argument. Go ahead and roll a perception equation.
21.
Okay. And the captain kind of looks at her, looks at you, and he says, "Very well. This won't take long. Gormon, Suffolk, go ahead and check it out." And then these 2 guys over here. Oop, don't need 3. They kind of ride past you and head out.
Has Rollins made his way to be able to free the giant yet?
Yes. So Rollins, you're kind of all the way around. As you approach the cage, you see that this is a very strong cage, 20 feet tall. It looks like it is possibly climbable as well because of how big the logs are and stuff. You can see that he is chained to a back bar, the cage, that has 2 locks on each side. That's holding his arms back. As well, there is a lock on the front of the cage that has a very large door. You would like to attempt to do a sleight of hand on with your thieves tool, attempt to unlock the lock. You guys still there? What?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, do a do a sleight of hand check for attempts.
Sorry, I had to mute. So yeah, I rolled in the chat. It's 26 plus 3. Sleight of hand.
Oh, there. Okay, but
Yeah, it
20,
didn't pop up.
26, you are it pops up. The first lock on the front of the cage pops open, and that you can swing open that door, and you see the frost giant in there, kind of looks directly at you, puts a small grin on his face. Nice. Starts playing it.
So can I roll a performance to see if I attract everybody's attention?
Yeah, sure.
Just the road. Actually, either way, it'll attract their attention. It was not a good performance.
Actually, in performance you attract a lot of attention because it is terrible. Like, what is this
Put
guy
the wrong
doing?
into your mouth.
Yeah.
You're pulling the bagpipes out? Is that what's going on?
No, I pulled out the flute. Maybe I should have used the bagpipes. Turns out it was a kazoo.
So, the one time at banking. You also, as you're continue to unlock as much as you want, and on just letting us know what as the conversation in the front of the camp is going. You kind of see that Skarn is starting to favor you as the party over what is going on between him and Kathika. And Kathika kind of looks at him and is like, Skarn lost so many things because of these frost giants. Why do you want to side with them? Look at your arm. Well, what isn't your arm? That's because of them. Your eye as well. You can't try and make peace with these monsters.
You know, an eye for an eye just makes the whole world blind.
Go ahead and roll persuasion against what she's trying to convince him.
That's not that great. 10.
That's fine because she didn't. And as you guys are talking, you hear some horse footsteps behind you come through, and they come back and they surround Skarn and they look at him. It's like, indeed, there is one of our fallen comrades at the river. We looked over the body and he has been stabbed in the back by a dagger. What she is saying is untruth.
I'm gonna hand the dagger to Darren.
And I will hand this to what's his name? Skarn?
Yeah,
I'll walk up and I'll hand him this. If you would wish to examine this dagger, I'll hand it to him handle first.
And you can see there is now a divide in the camp between some riders that didn't mean to fire. There is a divide in the camp where Kathika is now being backed up by some of her faithful riders, but the rest of the camp is also being convinced that she is doing some.
I'm just gonna look at it and say, there's no need to throw our lives away in bloodshed and battle. The giants want peace, and you should want peace. Is it not better for everyone to prosper within the region than to try to build upon the bones and blood of the innocents?
And Skarn.
I got 17 on my next sleight of hand check to try to get some of these chains undone.
Okay, that one pops open as well. You've got one left. Skarn kind of looks at you guys, nods his head, looks back to Kathika, shakes his head. Kathika, this This is unforgivable. You are trying to instigate a war just for bloodshed. That's it. Like, this is something that is unforgivable. I will not start a war.
If she flinches, I want to run up and whack her with my hammer.
Oh, I want her to flinch.
And I'm waiting for some sort of ruckus to happen. I got a 26 on my last one, so whenever any sort of loud noise happens, I want to get that last lock unclicked.
Okay.
All right, so I will attempt my bagpipe since the flute went so well.
Do you throw the flute into the snow?
I get a +4 on that, right? No,
No.
I'm not quite in that range. Okay, so Asbar lets loose a horrible screeching wail out of the bagpipes as he murders an absolute song.
Well, I think we should make a saving throw against that then.
Right. Everyone kind of covers your ears. Scarn looks at you and like, you're not helping this situation at all. I want to murder you just because of what's coming out of those windy things of yours. Please
Just
put that
smile.
away.
Get a deeper breath.
deeper. Scarn turns back to Kathika, and Rollins has popped open the last lock. Says, Kathika, I don't want to see you here anymore. You are banished from this tribe. Your warmongering is nothing but atrocious. Leave. And with that, she actually does follow what she's saying, what he's saying. But as she's like, her and her fellow riders, you can hear her like spit in your direction. I will burn this world to the ground. Means every last creature with a drop of giant's blood fries with them.
Oh,
And they kind of ride off. And Scarn turns back to you. Everyone, he kind of looks at you, and I am truly sorry for everything that has happened. We don't want any ill blood between us and the frost giants. Not on our part. We are just here to protect, even though we are not in favor with the frontier scouts and the Jarl. But I hope that sometimes changes. Maybe we can live in. I will let the frost giant go. And then right? That's great.
You're like, what?
Yeah. So he kind of motions to a couple of the blood riders in the back. Let the frost giant go. And one of them, he turns around, and the frost giant is already kind of freed, and Rollins is kind of right there with him. And the blood rider looks, and he turns back to the captain. Yep, got it all under control. Already took care of it. Oh, that's... And then Scarn looks at him. That's showing initiative there, Chris. I really appreciate that.
Asbar just snickers.
Chris, you're gonna get a promotion for that. I have a spot beside me. Oh, yes. Thank you. Comes down and everyone's pretty happy. Frost Giant is free to go.
Are those riders still within range? The ones riding away.
You can kind of see them. They're actually kind of off in the distance, but they are kind of looking at you guys. Probably about, I would say, 150 feet away. kind of clear this area.
So 150. So if I move 30. So if I move 30, that would put them within 90 feet of me?
Yes.
Right. Because that's... I didn't appreciate my music being insulted. And I feel confident that the others will not. So I'm going to attempt to cast Sonic Snowball Swarm right in the middle of them.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I believe they have to do a DC 14 dex save.
Yes.
And I cast it with a 3rd level slot.
Does that hit only one person?
No,
in the
it hits
5?
everybody within 5 feet.
So it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit 3 of the 4 because this guy is a little bit.
Including the captain, right?
It'll hit. Yeah, if you hit it on that kind of that middle blood rider, it'll hit the captain. Hit those
Yeah,
3 at the top.
I was going basically right there.
Well, is there a horse?
Oh, I forgot about the horses being hit, but why not?
All but one of the horses.
I feel good about that. I like horses.
And they're gonna take 3d6 full damage.
So it's 15.
Oh, I see it. Okay. So the two war horses, you see them kind of fall over lifeless, and the rider also kind of hits the ground and takes damage. The one that was riding the captain is also taken, and she falls off her horse, taking damage.
Does that make them prone?
Yes. So those two are prone. If you guys would like to pursue them, we'll have to do an initiative.
I'm wondering what is going on. Just like these guards come up and it's like, oh yeah, Giant's free to go. I'm expecting an attack, and then they're like, oh yeah, you're good job, Giant. You're out of here. And then I'm like, okay, cool, bye guys. And then suddenly there's a huge winter storm approaching.
There's a big storm off to the side. So yeah, you guys are still 120 feet away. From you see Asabar like just cast this pretty much at the max range that he can, just throws it. So yeah, let's put everyone 150 feet away.
Yep,
Also,
and I rolled a 20, but forgot to click my initiative, my icon. So
I'm gonna move these guys up a little bit. That we'll say that tree is.
Does Scar react to this?
No, actually, he kind of like he looks at you guys, looks back like it's what she deserves. Have fun hunting. And then just kind of like goes back to his group, and they continue to eat and marry.
Do we have a tree and whistle? Can we whistle the tree and first?
we have a giant.
You do have a giant with you if you want to instruct him to exact revenge as well.
We got this.
So Asbar will yell out, try not to kill Kathika, or whatever her name is.
Okay.
We're going to try and take her back alive to Mama.
That's going to be initiative from Roland is
Yeah, and I have a 20.
Caleb had 19.
No, that accidentally was done with advantage, so I re-rolled a 9.
Oh, okay, I see that. And then Brock is a.
But he rolled with disadvantage.
I am disadvantaged because I'm still exhausted.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. Forgot about that.
So it's 6.
I still don't know how you guys get your decks in there. I'll figure that out.
It's from D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I know. I just haven't figured out what the setting is.
It's on the top one. There's one that says roll initiative with tiebreaker.
Oh, so
Oh.
under there. Okay, so it's
Beyond
more
20.
options. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be in. Yeah.
Oh, add tiebreaker to rolls. All right.
There.
Cool.
Okay. Gonna move. Let's see how much. You guys are still pretty far.
Are you tracking initiative manually or?
Yeah, I was doing it manually. I'm not super used to Roll20, so I apologize for that. Did you want the Frost Giant to fight with you?
Nah.
It's up to him, isn't it? Is he a teenager?
Yeah, he's kind of a teenager, so he's kind of like, he doesn't have a weapon, but he's kind of looks at you and goes, I can throw rocks. About it.
I'm gonna go ahead and unsheathe one of my daggers, which looks tiny and puny to the giant's hand, and be like, "Here you go, have fun."
And he picks it up with a forefinger, with a finger and a thumb, and like
needle.
he like kind of picks his teeth with it, and like, okay, thank you.
All right, so
Top of the round would be Rollins would be first act.
yeah, and I would be. Okay, that's 90. That was right. Cool.
All right. So where are the people that we're not attacking are on the low tree areas, right? The people that are currently attacking us are.
Yeah, that group of people over there is what you're worried about. Everything else
They're
is...
the ones that fell over. I don't know what happened.
They're the ones that they were running away. That's Kathika and kind of her loyal guards. Asbar pretty much hit them in the butt. And they've kind of turned around. And this man on the war horse wasn't hit, ready to come back and exact some revenge. Provoked attack.
All right.
I guess you
well
could
then,
call it provoked.
I will go ahead and just kind of latch a crossbow bolt, try to hide behind the giant, and fire one out on him.
Okay. Are you rolling a d20? And
I'm
D&D?
trying to. I try to get the character up in my fantasy grounds, but it's still loading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So how on D&D Beyond? How do you actually roll for the potential attack on it?
You just click on it.
Yeah, you can either click on it or so it's a there's a command. It's roll.
If you want to roll just here, it's the second one from the bottom in roll 20. But in D&D Beyond, you just hit the cross swords.
Okay.
I just put up a macro as well. If you go to collections, which is right next, got settings on the far right, and then there's one next to it, one that'll button. It'll.
Okay.
You'll have to add up your your attack bonuses.
All right, I rolled a 3, so I guarantee that my crossbow gets stuck in there, and then as soon as I fire, it's I'm not able to get quite a good shot.
No, they seem to be pretty far out, and you're maybe the wind carries it a little bit, and or off target. Azabar, what would you like to do?
Azabar is going to let loose. Let me look at this real quick. Yes. I'm going to fire at him. That the one that's charging me.
Yeah, he's the one that is still was not hit and was.
I'm going to fire a firebolt.
24 will hit. And are you hitting the right? You hit the rider, not the horse.
The rider. Yeah, I'm trying my very hardest not to hit the horse.
That's true. We are 100. Well, are we? We'd say we're a little. Wasn't able. We were right exactly at 100.
So that should be 9 fire damage. And anything that's ignitable.
Okay. You can see that hit his cloak and it singes it. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I'm gonna step back into the group because I really don't need to get into a melee. And that'll end it for me.
Okay, Brock, is now your turn.
Me?
Okay.
All right.
The other
I'll move.
doctor.
I'll move 30 feet up. I don't really have to, but I'll move 30 feet up, so in front and center. And
Wait, it's me, right?
oh, sorry,
That's okay.
it's Brock, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You move the. Yeah, it's Brock's turn.
I'll.
Oh wait, did I miss Caleb? Oh, you had a 9.
Caleb was on 9.
Yep. You were on a list and then I scratched you out. And that's
I'll move up to there and I'll stop.
okay. Was that your action, movement, and bonus action?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Until they get closer.
With that, Kathika kind of stand up after being knocked off. He draws her, starts charging you.
She wanted blood.
And with that,
She's gonna get.
that's as far as she's gonna get. You can see that she's just sprinting at the blood curdling scream. And this blood rider kind of turns around, still on his. He's able to close this distance and attack Brock. And
We'll see.
hits Brock. 5 points of piercing.
He hits me. What did he roll?
I rolled an 18. 5.
Oh, +5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, the nice thing is I can see that your AC is a 20. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's a hit.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
I put that in there. So he does how much?
5 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Brock just laughs.
He's using like a spear from horseback. This other one also rolls up here, does the same thing. That does not hit. This blood rider stands up and all the way in the back attempts to take it as far as he can, which is that far. And that brings us to Caleb.
Caleb is going to move forward to right there.
Okay.
Dash.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Jared.
All right, I will come here, and then I will cast Hypnotic Pattern centered on Kathaka.
Okay.
Oh, not centered on her, but like it's just gonna get hit this, her, and I guess the horse because I don't want to get Brock in it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Is that so? That's a 10-foot
It's a
radius.
30. It's 30 feet, but like the edge will be here, so 30
Oh,
feet.
I see. So you're hitting that kind of that
so
area there.
It's up to here, but it's anything past it is just empty, so it's a 30-foot
Yeah.
foot spear. It's a 16 wisdom save.
Wisdom on a horse. Horse is affected by it. Same as his rider. Kathaka. Not affected.
So this guy was affected?
Yes, that one it was affected by.
Okay.
So they're incapacitated, really. So what you see is, you know how like in Vegas and the hotels, there's like the water fountains with that spill up and do the fancy stuff. That's what you see. And then disappears, and those two guys, the horse and the guy, is incapacitated. And that's my turn.
Which brings us back to the top, Rollins.
All right. I'm going to start off with a bonus action. I want to hide.
Okay.
17.
Yes.
Then I kind of want to. Hopefully, with that, I can, if I actually make a hit on my target, I can actually get my sneak attack damage. So I'm gonna put another arrow in and try to aim for the chick to see if I can actually get her down.
Okay.
Are we going to try to take her alive?
Probably not going to do it. 11.
11 does not hit. You see, he raises up her shield with one hand and takes the. Azabar.
All right, Azabar is going to deal with this Blood Rider again.
Okay, so that one right now is incapacitated.
Oh, that one's incapacitated.
Yeah. So that one over there
So
is
I'm gonna
still
do
up
that
and
one.
going.
And we will fire another firebolt. But a 9 probably won't hit him.
Not hit.
But this one I'll just center on him and the horse.
Okay. Does not hit the armored.
So Azabar is he'll take a movement in towards the trees. Closer to the frost giant.
Okay.
And that'll be his turn.
You can see the frost giant's kind of sitting there like rooting you guys on. Like his fists are pumping and he claps every once in a while when you guys score a hit. Brock.
Brock's not really sure who hit him, but his eyes get really red, and he tries to smash this one. I guess in the waist, because that's probably about as high up as he could reach.
Yeah, he's still mounted, so you're gonna be going for the shins that are above you.
Yeah.
The horses, these are large black horses, probably 17 to 20 hands tall.
Whoa.
Not feet, hands.
It's all right. I'll smash his foot. Whack.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
So 23 damage.
23 damage on the Blood
Oh.
Rider.
Took and twisted his ankle.
Yeah.
Smash that foot.
Brock
And
jumps
then
him, grabs him by the ankle, twists, and swings under the horse.
he almost does like that alligator crawl, twist, death roll. You can see him like getting his like leg pinned back and stuff. Screams out in pain.
And now I'm gonna smash the other one. Whack. Oh, why it didn't do damage? Sorry about that. Plus, I think it's 7. No, 5. So
And-
11 damage.
So making Brock angry is.
So are you hitting the same guy again?
Yeah, the same guy again.
Okay.
Smashing his foot into the horse.
Keeps on hitting. Yes, that both of those.
And that's it. I'll yell a bunch of vile things in Gnomish.
Which sound very kind.
Right.
And you can see that his leg is like now it looks like it's dislocated at the hip, and he is screaming in pain.
That's what happens.
Yeah, indeed. Kathika is going to run up to Brock and says, "Lay off my men," and will use her longsword. AC Brock 20. First one does
20.
not hit. Second one 18. That does not hit either.
No.
Okay. So it's well, the Blood Rider that is incapacitated doesn't. Can he he can't do a save on his.
He can't do anything. It's someone will have to use an action to wake him up.
Wake him back up.
Or if I break concentration.
Gotcha. And the one that is being attacked by Brock is going to turn his horse to him and attempt to lance. Goodness. First one stabs once, does not hit. The second time stabs again, and he finds. For another 5 points of damage.
Okay.
I'm not rolling well on the damage. Oh, D12, I'm rolling at 2. Okay, then now we're at Caleb.
Okay, so Caleb is, as he says, the curse of Maraudon be upon you, as he casts a spell, and little tiny dwarves start flying out of his shield and flitting around him as he casts a 5th level Spirit Guardians.
Nice.
Nice.
Flying dwarves are a little twerpy, but
Okay. Let's
You
see
take
here.
what you can get.
15 hit circle, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all party members are exempted from this.
Yes.
Do you want me to roll damage now or later?
You can go ahead and roll it. I think I'm gonna take damage no matter what, right?
Well, they'll take damage at the beginning. They make
Oh,
their saving throw at the beginning
yeah.
of their turn.
yikes.
Wait.
It's just 24 radiant.
Okay.
The chronic should not have been there.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
That's a DC Wisdom save.
Yep, I see that. And I'll roll that at the beginning of their turn.
But the person who is restrained, that will have impact on them, right?
Yep.
They'll fail the save to take the damage and they'll wake up.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. That was Caleb. Rod, what would you like to do?
All right. I will move.
Question: did that other blood rider that's way in the back? Did it move?
Oh, I forgot to move him. I forgot. He's a straggler. Yes, he would have moved 5, 10. We're gonna go back a little bit. He actually is going to finally get up to Brock. Ooh. His long sword. Critical hit.
I just want to make sure that his
Yeah, he's gonna be inside that as well. Nine damage on his first, and misses on his second swing.
Sorry, Brock.
Down to 91.
He is inside this spirit guardian effect. All right, now we're on to Derek. Thank you for catching that, Blood Rider.
All right. I will move 30 feet up here. I'm gonna look at whatever name is Cassandra. I'm gonna command her to I'm gonna cast command and tell her to halt. It's a DC 16 Wisdom save.
She puts her sword to her side, and is under your.
Just for the turn.
Yep.
That's all I do.
All right.
That's enough. That's good.
Exactly. Rollins, up to you.
All right, with that, I see that she's standing still, and I'm like, oh, nice. This is a perfect target now. So I'm going to take my crossbow shot at her. Take it probably with advantage this time.
No, so that's not going to give
Yeah,
you
you're
advantage.
not going to get any advantage with that.
I should get advantage because one, I'm hidden. There's other.
Oh yeah, you are hidden. So yeah, you would get advantage.
And he does, yeah, and he gets the
Forgot.
other party members within range.
Yep, that's
24.
true. Yes, that'll hit. I was thinking like you don't get advantage because she's. Everything else affects it.
11 plus the sneak attack damage. Let me roll that real fast. Which 6 plus my plus 4. 1d6 plus 4.
How much was the sneak attack bonus damage?
9.
9 points of damage from
5 plus 4, 9. So altogether it should be 20 points.
If she is charmed, okay, she doesn't get to do a save when she gets attacked, does
she? She's not charmed. She just has.
Oh, it's command. Sorry, yes.
Command, so she just sits there until the end of it.
until the end. She just took an arrow bolt to the back of her thigh, and she's just standing there. Azabar.
All right, Azabar is going to turn and yell at the frost giant to go grab whatever her name is.
Kathika. Okay.
Kathika. So,
And he kind of looks at you, like, "Oh, yes, I can do that." And gets up to her, but he's kind of used his dash to get there. So next turn he'll attempt.
all right, and then I am seriously annoyed with that Blood Rider. So we are going to magic missile him. So he has to make a dex save. No, He doesn't make a dex save. It just deals the damage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So all
Yeah.
3 darts.
All 3 of the Blood Riders.
No, all 3 on this one right here.
Oh, all 3 you're hitting him.
Yep.
All right, roll damage then.
Damage is 5. So 15 total.
Guy's looking very singed. One limp leg, and three bolts of this magic missile has hit him in 3 parts of his torso. He's hanging onto the horse, but it's only with like one arm onto the ring. Brock, what would you like to do?
I would like to smash his foot again. That's what I would like to do. Whack.
Okay.
Or-
With that whack, he kind of pulls the horse reins kind of in front of you, and the horse head kind of comes into your range, your view, and as you're swinging, and the horse takes the brunt of that attack and falls over dead. He is dismounted.
But the dude is still alive.
Yeah, so he pretty much used his horse to sacrifice and block the attack.
What a coward.
Okay.
And then I'll smash this guy with my second attack.
And then this guy, because the horse has fallen over, is now prone.
Oh, so he is there.
He's still there. The horse has fallen over, and he's still there, but he is now on the ground as well.
Okay, well then I'll whack him. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll roll another d20 because this macro only rolls 1. That'll work, but I might get a crit. Okay, so 27 for 14.
Yep, 27 will do, and the 14.
Right on his face. Whack.
You see his helmet start to like crush in, and you can hear him like just gurgling to try to like almost like that death rattle of talking, but he is prone and yet still barely alive.
I'm gonna say, as my reaction, I'll say, I'm gonna look at the ones that are like, around, say, this is what happens when you live a life of bloody war. You can still turn back.
Sacrificing your another for yourself is the most cowardly thing you can do.
Kathika is starting her turn inside that. She's failing that. Wisdom save. She's going to take 24 points of radiant damage.
Yeah.
And you can see that she is starting to get very frightened. The fact that you guys are starting to cut down everyone. He looks at the frost giant and just fills with rage. Starts swinging wildly at him.
She's restrained though, right? No.
She can't because of the end.
The what?
Oh, does it break because she took damage?
No,
it doesn't break. So she yeah.
So she's not even until after her turn.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Can't do anything until after her turn.
Okay, so she looks at the frost giant and just kind of stares up wide-eyed at it, with it standing twice as tall as her. Kind of in disbelief. And then the blood rider that is to the right of her kind of turns around, and he swings at the frost giant.
But he takes damage too, right?
Oh yes, he's gonna take damage. No, he fails that as 2. 24. So he's still up, but well, it's so the blood rider that is incapacitated, I'm gonna just take the damage. And the horse that he's on just is laying there. Oh, and yeah, all of them out. And the blood.
So-
So the Blood Rider, he takes his sword and swings at the Frost Giant, and the Frost Giant's just kind of batting away these frivolous attacks from the other Blood Rider that was. And the one that was incapacitated. Going to again also attempt to Frost Giant. And does strike one of his. Doesn't look to be very damaging. He gets a little bit of a. Caleb, what would you like to do?
Well, did you take off the damage from the lady?
Oh no, 24.
And that bottom one should have died.
Yes, the bottom one did die.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the lady.
Uh-huh.
DC Dex 17 saving throw.
He saves.
Okay, and then I'm going to step over to right here.
Okay.
And that. Do you want me to re-roll the damage or just?
Oh, for that
keep it?
aura again. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Give me a second here. Okay, 22 this level, or this turn.
This turn. Very well. Darad.
All right, I'm gonna look at her. I'm gonna say, you can still. There's still a chance. Just lay down your weapons and just give up. I can either do that as a persuasion or as an action.
If you want to attempt to persuade her, that would be the action.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
just gonna try. I'm gonna try to persuade her and the remaining
Okay.
Blood Riders.
Mhm.
That's a 16.
So you see. You see the two Blood Riders kind of drop their swords, and say, "Oh, we don't want any more of this." But Kathika, she grips her shield and sword just a little harder, to resolve. I will not submit to you or these frost giants.
All right. Seeing that, I'll move in, and then I'll look at these things and say, then you should run. You should go. Then you should run. And that's it.
Okay. Rollins.
All right. So she's not giving up, apparently, right?
Yeah, she doesn't seem to be yielding at all.
Can she see me? Do I still have? Am I still hidden?
You would have to use your bonus action to hide again because you did do damage to her last turn.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then I will go ahead and do that real fast.
Okay.
Try to hide. I got a 4, so I'm pretty sure I make a bunch of noise.
Yeah, you try to hide behind the tree, but in doing so, you also, I don't know, yelp for glee. Like looks over there and gives you a smirk. It's a baby tree.
All right, so with that, then I'm going to actually see that she smirks and laughs at me, and I'm gonna say, "Oh, you think it's all funny, do you? Well, how about you How about you enjoy your laugh, and then I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on her. Wisdom DC save of what is it?
Always a fun spell.
She succumbs to the laughter.
So the creature of your choice, within range, perceives everything as hilarious, funny, and falls into a fit of laughter. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or falls prone because of the incapacitation.
Okay.
End of each turn, and each time it takes damage, the target must make another wisdom saving throw.
All right. So, to paint this scene right now, there's a frost giant, and she is on the ground laughing directly in front of it. The two guards that are by her sides, the last two that are remaining of this defiant group, have thrown their swords aside and are cowering, waiting for the fate for whatever you guys want to do.
I have a plan.
As of right now, you guys are kind of outside of combat. There's no threats here, so you can do whatever you like to do.
Well, Asbar will yell at the Frost Giant to pick her up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So
strip her of her weapons, and then because Asbar's a jerk, I'm going to cast my snowball again, but I'm going to use a sorcery point to protect. This is
doing careful.
Yeah, careful. I don't know which one of you guys, Brock and Dryad.
With careful spells, you can pick any number.
I can do 3. And the giant, actually, and her, and Kethik. I want to protect her.
Okay.
So, and then I'm going to center this right on Brock. So they need to make DC 14.
Yeah, Caleb, you're going to need to do a DC of 14.
What?
I'm guessing that's not going to be an issue with Caleb.
Well,
or taking the 6. Yeah.
16 plus the 4, so 20. Yeah.
The frost giant, he actually thanks you. Oh, that feels so good. And you see the two blood riders start to kind of get pelted with these snowballs and continue to frost over. This one on the right hand side, you see that he has almost frozen solid inside, whereas the other one is hanging on.
And then Asbar will approach and points at, I can't ever remember her name. Kathika, and says, "See what you've wrought." And that'll end his turn.
I'll let my spirit guardians drop.
Okay. Brock, it is kind of your turn if you wanted to finish off that last one, but he is submitting to you.
Well, I am technically lawful good, so I guess I can't. So annoying.
The ones that died, or the one that got hit, that died from the snowball, is he dead, or is he making death saves?
He's dead.
Okay. Alas, I was gonna revivify him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. I guess my rage drops. So.
Okay.
Let's take this trash back to camp, or back to the mommy.
Alrighty then.
So, question: as the frost giant strips her of what equipment she has, what is that?
So you see that she has a lot of stuff that contains the symbol of her family crest, which matched that dagger. Guys, right? You also see that she is wearing a cloak that is very intricate, and it's probably some sort of pelt that it's from a black creature, like furry creature. You see along the brim of the cloak, there is embroidery on it that's gold.
Does it look like it might be magical?
You do sense there's some magic to it. And you can see in common, like in the gold trim, it's not just an artistic looking thing. It actually has words that are in common. It says 6 men's in pain, 6 men rent, blood falls like rain, broken bodies bent, 6 men plead, 6 men cry, tearing arm and leg die.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Identify as a ritual. I'm going to take the cloak off of her.
Mm-hmm.
Cast Identify as a ritual.
Okay. And after that ritual is done, you do see that the cloak of displacement.
Oh,
Ooh,
Nice.
excellent.
nice.
And it kind of explains how, out of everyone, she was definitely the hardest of everyone. All right, so you guys are
I think I'm going to keep that one.
nice one. You guys head back to Mommy with Ithika and Burley in tow. Burley, as you guys reach kind of the meeting point that that you and Woom and Burley, or Woom and Skova was at. Skova isn't anywhere to be. But Burley's like, thank you. This is home. And as he's like leaving the area, he turns back to you. Oh, this is something I've kept hidden from the Blood Riders. Hands you guys a blue tourmaline, which is a jewel. Pretty small for him, but in your hands, it fills up your hands.
Wow.
Nice.
You see that from a quick estimate, the thing is definitely worth more than 100 gold. At this meeting place, Woom is there. And Woom thanks you. Thank you for freeing him and preventing a war. This has been very, very successful. Oh, you have someone in tow. Who is this? This lady that you have with.
She is the one who wishes to start the war between you and the humans, and she is also the one who wished to harm your child.
Oh, so this is not Skarn? This is not the leader. Who is this?
Scar has decided that the way of peace is much better than the way of bloody warfare. She is the one who was driving him towards the Blood Riders, towards the path of blood.
I am ever in your debt for preventing war, not only today, but for a time to come. You should take this person to the king. Have her tried for her war crimes. Thank you. And she takes her son in tow and heads back towards the mountain.
Well, let's take her to the king because he needs to be punished.
And Woom kind of takes over and like, thank you. That is more than enough. I will arrange travel for her under the city guard here to take her. You have done more than enough today, and I greatly appreciate it. Here.
It was a small sacrifice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here, take a couple of days off. You guys have earned.
So Asbar, as a parting gift, casts magic missile and directs one dart at her. She just takes 2 in the rear.
2 in the rear. Not enough to kill her, but she still feels that. All right. Well, thanks guys for playing. That concludes today's adventure.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah,
for
thank
doing
you for DMing.
So you guys, from Womb, you guys receive 1,000 gold pieces. You've also recovered the Cloak of Displacement, as well as a blue tourmaline jewel. That if you get it appraised, when you go into the town and get it appraised, find that is 100 gold.
But we have a max of 60, right? Because it's a 2-hour adventure, or are we doing it? Yeah.
I think that's probably just because. Well, this
is a 4.
This is a
4
hour. It says 2-hour adventure, but we spent at least 3 hours doing it. So, let's work on that. It says treasure here as you get 1,000 gold.
It's 30 gold every hour.
So it'd be 90 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer.
And then how does the Cloak of Displacement work? Do we have to roll for that? Or...
I'll get it.
Everyone will receive that as you guys.
Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's great for a sorcerer who doesn't have a whole lot of AC.
And there's
nice.
All right. Well,
it's not renowned in downtime anymore, right?
You get 20 downtime if you level.
Yes, you for completing the adventure, you get a level as well.
I guess baby should level.
A couple of you, yeah, and you can also choose not to level. If you do choose not to level, once you play again, you can retroactivate.
Right.
Like if you want to maximize your gold, then don't level, because the max for the level is 240.
And a couple of you, like Dart and Caleb, are at level 10. If you level up one more time, you'll have stuff.
Yeah, but Asbar should probably level.
Oh yeah, I would probably say Asbar.
Caleb is already at maximum, so
yeah,
level. He's just been level 10 for a while.
Just keep on doing tier 2 stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had more fun with tier 2 stuff, so.
I like the snowballs. That's kind of a cool little spell.
Yeah, I have a sorcerer that has that too.
It was nicely thematic, also.
Yes, it fit well with. Usually, I've used it I used it once in the desert, which doesn't really make too. So thanks everyone for watching as well on Twitch. If you've enjoyed the content, please follow my channel, Dragonclaw, and also Midwest Game Fest. They're going to be doing things for the rest of this weekend. Big one coming up in a couple hours as we sign off here. Please also consider the children as you donate to the Meeple. And there's also a Harvesters raffle that's happening tonight. I think it's at 7 p.m. It'll be broadcast live on Midwest Game Fest So give them a follow so you can get notifications when that goes live. The raffle is can donate monetarily to harvesters. Some raffle tickets. They're not doing donation, physical donation. We're not physically anywhere.
Okay.
Cool.
Hey,
Thanks, everyone.
Dale, quick
All
question.
right.
Yeah, go ahead.
This afternoon, we're level 6.
Yes.
Okay. Are we in town? Or if I
All right, why
want
don't you
to?
call me
Yeah,
back?
you guys are back in Stagwick.
Yeah, but I'll do that. I'm gonna call you, Dale. Bye.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Take care, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for
Alright.
stream in the stream and stuff.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks, DM. Thanks, everyone.
All right, so that wraps up for today. At least on my channel. I'm probably gonna do some chainmail stuff later tonight. Probably around 6 or 7, maybe 8 o'clock. So if you guys want to just hang out and watch that as part of the Midwest on the vendor side stuff there. If not, just keep on watching Midwest as well as Tabletop for more content about the festival that's going on this weekend. For now, signing off. Take care, everyone.